Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Love and Light Show, where today's guest is Anna, and I'm so excited to be talking to you guys about Mosaic healing. And this episode is going to be amazing because we're going to talk about how to get to our truth, like letting go of what needs to die in ourselves to get to our truth and our most authentic self. We're going to be doing an amazing experience at the end that's going to get us out of our heads, into our hearts, back into our truth, into our center. We're going to talk about what it means to really trust and about the roadblocks that can get in the way and how to let go of some of those. So I'm super excited for this episode, especially since I've been on vacation for the past couple of weeks. I went to LA, so I'm in California right now. That's why my background looks different. I had an incredible experience at UPWLA, and then I've been hanging out in Santa Monica and just enjoying everything, and just the weather's gorgeous, and I love it. So this is the Love and Light Show, and every Monday at 1 Atlantic, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific, and I get the 9 Pacific today because it's in Pacific time and it's a little bit earlier than I like to usually go live and do stuff, but it's lovely weather and I'm enjoying it. We go live and bring you different light workers and healers and spiritual badass entrepreneurs and heart-centered people who are doing incredible work in the world so that we can support you guys on your healing journey. And we can get support you and your next steps, so you can be the best version of yourself, that you can do that change that you want to see in the world, first and foremost for yourself and for the people around you and your community, and we can all be that change that we want to see in the world together. And I'm Laura McPhee. I'm a joyful goddess, a speaker, healer, and coach, and I love to empower women through self-love, self-care, and sexual empowerment so we can truly have the lives that we desire, that we can let go and release the limiting beliefs that have been holding us back and the little voice in our head that says that we're not good enough or pretty enough or smart enough or whatever enough, or if we go for our dreams and we fully play and shine our light fully, then we're going to not be loved. And releasing all of those old stories, releasing all of that junk in our head that keeps us from truly living the life that we desire so we can have everything that we desire and more in our life. And I love it. I get so lit up by it because I've done that in my life, and to watch and to be able to have the honor of witnessing other women transform their lives in similar ways is just absolutely beautiful and incredible. And today's guest is Anna. I'm so excited to have her on. She has such a beautiful story, and I instantly connected with her on our pre-interview, and we both had similar experiences with our hair loss and things we've had to go through, and it was just instant, vulnerable, awesome, amazing connection. I'm so excited to bring her to you, and we're on the Be Live platform today. So definitely say hi as you jump on. We have some people live now, but we can't see you until you engage with us. So definitely say hi as you're jumping on live, and definitely say hi to us if you're catching the replay too. And we love to engage with you. So if you have any questions, anything comes up as you go through this experience with us, definitely share with us. And thank you so much for joining us today. Anna, how are you?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm already excited after
Yeah.
all that.
I'm so excited too.
Yes, I think it's first of all, I think the world of us women. I
Yes.
really do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that in coming together as women, we can really open up our hearts again and shed all those
Yeah.
layers that no longer serve us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also believe that as I am walking this path, even more so in the past 6 years, I
Mm-hmm.
am coming to realize that there is no destination, that the
Mm-hmm.
practice is the destination.
Yes.
And in finding the beauty, and maybe we'll fall or we'll feel not lovable, right? Like that is actually my
Mm-hmm.
huge thing also.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that and realizing that it's just a little bit more, opening up a little bit more, and noticing that
Mm-hmm.
we closed up and then opening up again. And
Yes.
that's I think where the magic is,
Mm-hmm.
and the excitement that I hear, in you, and that I see in myself, in
Mm-hmm.
you, and in
Thank
me.
you.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
being
Because
reflected back, and for everyone
exactly.
joining who's in this vibration with us.
Exactly, absolutely, and that's really is. It's not just words. It's a
Mm-hmm.
feeling that we can really, as women and as men too, because right, we have to
Mm-hmm.
hold the space for men to be in their masculinity, in their divine masculinity. But as
Yes.
women are coming of age, it's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, beautiful, exciting times for us women to
Yes.
shed all the shame and the guilt,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, the not being good enough, when in reality we are the bearers of life.
Yes.
That's how
Mm-hmm.
sacred it is, right? That's how beautiful it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's time for us women to come together and honor. I love the fact that we are of different generations, and
Mhm.
these are the gaps that I want to help bridge, and bring us all together. There's wisdom
Mhm.
and love and lessons that we can all give each other. And so thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited for you to share your story and what you're doing in the world. I just loved everything that I heard.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll start, and you interrupt me whenever you want.
Sounds good.
I'm in my 40s. Like many people in Gen X, especially, we grew up in a masculine world, right?
Mm.
And so everything that I looked up to was, based on masculine energy. And when
Yes.
I reached my late 30s, I was exhausted. I was just
Mhm.
literally exhausted from a spiritual standpoint. I really felt like my soul was getting lost to
Mhm.
the point of no return. And that's a scary feeling. I never realized, because I was when you're in the go, 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 go,
Mhm.
do, you're just running on adrenaline. And I never realized that until I started to search deep inside. It was really after I finished my master's, and I was very depressed because it
Mhm.
didn't take me to me. I was looking for me.
Yes.
And so I continue my quest to find myself and to receive this beautiful message to trust in the power of my heart.
Mm.
And what does it really mean to trust? And so it has been a series of events after event after event, and trusting, meaning to me, not really seeing where you're going, just
Yeah.
trusting, right? Trusting that this is what's the right thing for you. And it could
Mhm.
be eating apples, taking a yoga class, getting
Mhm.
attuned in Reiki, doing that coaching program, doing nothing, taking a bath salt.
Mhm.
It translates in so many different ways, but having the courage to really
Yes.
trust. Can you hear me still? Yeah.
Back up a teeny bit. Last time I heard you say having the courage.
Yeah. So having the
Mm.
courage to follow that intuition and getting in touch again with our hearts, because that's what
Mhm.
happened for me. I was so out of touch. I couldn't even see the road back to my heart.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I have to have so much compassion for myself because, we are intelligent women. I felt like,
Mhm.
wow, how did I get here?
Yeah.
What happened to me? And
Mhm.
so there is a lot of layers to, it's not just like a kumbaya, yay. There is a
There's work in
lot.
the process.
Yes, and it's so worth it, and it's so
Yes.
dirty sometimes, and you have to peel all the layers, but it's so
Mhm.
worth getting to the freedom of your own spirit. And for me, where I sit today, uh, doing these energy alignments, connecting to source energy and to Mother Earth energy,
Mm.
and loving on people and not judging them and just holding that space and still using my strength. You
Mhm.
see, because we are who we are, it doesn't matter. It's integrating the both energies,
Yeah.
and which at the beginning, the pendulum is kind of like the Me Too movement. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
we're on this side of the pendulum until we learn to stabilize
Balance
and
it out.
right and
Mhm.
balance it out. It's fascinating to me. And so that's why I think we live in super exciting times, and
Yeah.
having these conversations, and that's why I'm so grateful for you to have this platform, because that's what we need. We need to listen to each other, and we need to know that we're not alone, that
Yes.
there's so many of us women, no matter the age, that feel
Mhm.
the same way, that feel this calling for us to
Mhm.
step into our femininity and our divine feminine,
Mhm.
however that translates.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be that you're going to do energy alignments or sensual dancing or coaching.
Mhm.
You could be in an office and still be in your divine feminine.
Yes.
So it's fascinating, fascinating.
Yeah, and I love your story and like the similarities to mine. And there's just so many women who have similar stories of being super successful and just going for it and more designations after your name and just keeping trying to do what the masculine energy has done and not seeing a lot of role models who are like in their divine feminine doing what feels good to them, flowing, showing up as their authentic selves. And it's just so needed. And it's been beautiful on this journey to like switch from the corporate world and being like super high masculine, output all the time, to being like flow and receiving. And like this trip has been a beautiful representation of everything that I've done. Because like in 2017, the first day of spring, I could have chosen to go backwards to the corporate world. Like there was a decision point in my life where I'm like, am I going to completely surrender and trust? And trust has been a big thing that I have to keep diving into deeper and moving forward with. And it's like, am I going to trust that this is going to work out and this is for me and that I deserve this? And what I'm like feeling in my heart right now is like what I need to be doing. And it's opened up this beautiful space. And before March, I was like, am I going to go in this trip to LA and do I deserve it? And who am I to go like from the East Coast, Atlantic, Canada to like complete West Coast and do this and stay for 3 weeks? And everything has been like, there's been so many instances of synchronicities and just instant manifestation of things and like things just working out and clicking and full circle moments and incredible things. And it's like, this is me and my feminine fully receiving. And I know that there's deeper levels to go into, but just to experience what I have so far and to know that there's even more and that other women can have the same. It's like, I totally want to shout it from the rooftop being like,
Right.
What you desire, what you think about and what you're feeling right now is for you. Just keep saying yes and doing the work. And yeah, the work can be like fucking hard and brutal and not fun sometimes, but like the other side is exponentially worth it. It's so freeing and light and loving and joyful and blissful. And it's just like incredible to see the old world and the old ways and what the new ways and the new world can support us with.
Yeah, and I love that, and I so relate. I think that's why it's so important to spread the message that we are not supposed to do it alone. We are all really this beautiful mosaic. That's where the actual name of my business, which is ever changing, comes from, my husband wrote a book called The Mosaic, and how we all are a beautiful mosaic, and speaks of the oneness that we are, right? And so, in the past, I can speak for myself, shame and guilt and not feeling good enough is what has prevented me from reaching out to family members or friends, for fear of what I was going to be seen as, or and I when I started to do this whole change, this work, internal work, because I really wanted to live the life that I came here to live. That's when the magic started to happen. And it doesn't happen because I closed up. It happened because exactly the opposite. I'm opening up. I'm being vulnerable. I'm saying, hey, I'm raw. Oh my gosh, I got divorced. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my hair. Guess what? It's like repressed sadness. It's not something, it's like, I'm reaching out to a girlfriend and just talking about it. And in allowing each other to come into our lives, I think we discover our strengths and we can heal, right? And then we can share. And that's where the magic happens. Okay, we're back.
Am I back now?
Okay. Sorry about that with the connection.
Anyone's in the comments seeing one or both of us, that would be awesome if you could share. Maybe I'll text her and see if she can come in and out, because I can see me, but
You can't see me?
but then now I'm a little bit frozen because it takes a second, guys. Well, if you can see one or both of us, that might help to like make this in harmony again.
Okay. Okay.
But I just
Okay. Are we here?
hi. I can
Yes.
see and hear you. Okay.
Okay, go. I think this is better. Maybe it was
Yes.
glitched, you know? It's the
Yeah,
energy.
and let's work her retrograde.
No, it's been really bad this time. I had so many calls
Mhm.
like frozen, and yeah, it's been really bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're still live on Facebook, so I'm going to take that as a good thing.
Yes, let's just keep
At
on
least
going.
we can see or hear each other, and Facebook is seeing it, so it's recording.
That's right. That's right.
We're just going to trust.
Yes,
A deeper
yes.
level of trust.
Exactly, exactly.
So that's kind of where we're at. How do you support other women who are like nervous to trust or just having a hard time in that, and your clients who come to you? How do you support them?
Yes. So at the beginning, what I was doing was coaching, which I still, of course, you still have, once you have knowledge in your head, you still use it, of course, it comes out at the right times. So it's really nice for me to
Yes.
have that background. My master's is in psychology, so I have psychology background. I have
Mm.
two coaching certifications. One of them is through Tony Robbins.
Awesome.
And so it's, I love him. But then but
Amazing.
yeah, but then I also have this beautiful connection to source, and
Mm.
what I am able to do is align a person energetically and tap into what's blocking them, or what areas do they need healing, and how. But this is the best part, because I think this is the practical side in me as well. I want to always leave people with practical things to do that will move them
Yes.
forward and support them in their own healing. So
Mhm.
I'm very much a medium, so I receive messages as I'm doing their healing, and then when I talk to them after the session, because most of them are remote, I am able to share with them what I found, but
Mhm.
also dig a little bit deeper into, how is this going to serve them and support them in moving forward with their lives, and gaining more freedom, getting more in touch with themselves, healing things that need healing. It's very, very insightful. I mean, I'm very blessed and honored to be able to do this for people and hold this space. So at the moment, that's what I'm doing. I know
Yeah.
intuitively that it will continue to grow, and I'll continue to create new platforms to reach people.
Mhm. Okay. Now I can see me, but I can't see anyone else. And I don't know if you guys can hear me. So I'm messaging her. We're sending such good, loving, grounding energy to the platform, to everyone's watching, to the recording. And sometimes this happens when I need to do healing.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, you're back.
We're back.
Yay. Okay, so sometimes this happens when healings have to happen. So maybe I'll just like send an unconditional love to everyone, grounding energy to the platform, to
Yes.
everyone who's coming in, loving energy, open and receptive energy. And if you guys would all like that, you can say yes. Your higher power, be that God, creator, source energy, the universe. And just send loving energy to everyone, feeling completely on all levels, releasing and letting go of anything that no longer serves you, any junk, blockages, cutting any cords that no longer serve your highest good and the highest. And you guys can take some deep breaths, kind of integrate that, play with unconditional love, compassion, joy, and happiness. Okay. And this is looking very good on my side. As long as it's looking good for everyone else, I think we're good to continue.
It's glitchy, but that's okay. We're going to trust that it doesn't cut off anymore. It's okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We'll
It's
stay in the flow regardless of what other things are doing.
That's right. That's right.
Beautiful. So do you want to share about the meditation experience you want to share with us?
Yes. I was listening to a podcast I did. Well, actually, my husband was, and he was saying like, you were explaining so well the whole going from your head to your heart, because it was
Mm-hmm.
a gentleman and he was asking me, well, when I don't know how to feel, right? And I said, but that's exactly the thing, that if we use your head, you can't really feel. To When we say drop into your heart, you just you just practice being, right? Like, just you can breathe into it, and the more you notice the difference, the more you can access that. I am
Yeah.
getting lately that our hearts are the vessel to communicate to the divine, that to create
Mm-hmm.
from, and many of us are learning to trust it again, learning to tap into it again. What I like to tell people, and this comes from even my teaching
Yeah.
background, when I was a high school teacher, I like to empower people and see their own beauty. So it's that said, I don't believe that there is like a one size fits all when it comes down to methods or intuition, or I believe in helping people discover their ways. That's the
Mm-hmm.
most beautiful thing we can do.
Yeah.
So that said, the first thing I would tell people is, sure, let me walk you through a little exercise, how to go from your head to your heart. But
Mm-hmm.
in doing so, what I would like everyone to do is to actually start noticing what their thoughts, their feelings or sensations in their body.
Mm-hmm.
Start noticing what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Do you like crystals? For example, I'm very fidgety, so I like this
Mm-hmm.
amethyst. And so when I do
Love it.
healings, I have it in my hands because I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of energy. So if I don't go for a walk or do something physical, then I still have the energy. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Breathing is great for me. I don't do yoga anymore, for example. I was drawn to it and I love it, but I just don't feel like doing it lately. So, and that's okay. It
Yeah.
doesn't prevent me from having a connection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want people just to know, that it's not about like learning to stage your room, and it's about, you know, learning what works for you. How do
Yeah.
you connect to the divine? How do you connect to yourself? And how do you expand that intimate connection that only you can have?
Yeah.
That's the access to the heart,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I can walk you with from a little exercise, and we can just close our eyes. And the first thing that we can play with is breath. Why? It's free, you guys. It's free, and it's the one of the main things that actually helps us relax, one, and two, center ourselves. So you may know this, but if you cover one nostril and you take a deep breath, and then you cover the opposite nostril and you let go of the breath through the other nostril. Am I making sense?
Yep.
So you can do that. I do that not all the time, but sometimes I do that. It's very integrating all of ourselves, like our head, our brain, our heart. You see, for example, I am, and I'll talk you guys through what I'm feeling because it might be insightful. I'm already feeling more centered, more calm. So from this space, more quiet, I'm able to sense more. I'm able to scan my body, see what's going on. I can pray from here if you believe in praying. You can meditate from here. It doesn't really matter what we call it. It matters that we actually connect, like you were saying, Laura, to a higher source, a higher self, a higher wisdom. It so matters our intention. And sometimes when we're in transition, we don't feel like we have the permission, per se, of asking. Allow yourself to be in that transition, to be uncertain, to not know where you're going, to be in a raw, vulnerable place. You're not going to be there forever. It's all okay. And the less we resist it, the more gracefully we walk through it. I wish I knew this while I was going through my transition, because it can get challenging, right? So as you breathe, another thing that you can do is put your hand in your heart and picture the oxygen actually breathing through your heart, like your heart is actually breathing this oxygen. And oxygen is life. So as you inhale and exhale, this oxygen is just bringing life to every part of you, igniting that which is dormant. And just simply feel what you feel, sense what you sense. Without expectations, without having to have any aha moment. If you do, you do, and if you don't, you don't. You're just here breathing, just loving yourself. And if you do nothing but this for 5 minutes, even a day, your life starts to change. The way you are in the world starts to change. The way you perceive yourself starts to change. And most importantly, the love that you have within you, for you, starts to change. And as that changes, everything else changes as well, because it just cannot help but change. We're one. That's the beauty. And when you guys are ready, you can open your eyes. This is just a simple practice, simple but radical, that has changed my life. And you see, you don't have to take any course. It's like you are in your living room, right? Just allowing yourself, giving yourself the permission to use what we already have. We don't have to pay for this breath. It's free.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, right? So yeah, it's more simple than what we think it is.
I completely agree. And I feel like so much more calm and grounded and centered right now. And just like
Yes.
peaceful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for walking us through that.
Oh my goodness, my pleasure. Thank you. Yeah. It's
Awesome.
I believe that this is how we change the world. You know, sometimes we see people like Tony with thousands and thousands of people, but you know what, you guys, it's all of us in
Mhm.
our daily practice because we are energy. I mean, if we look at the quantum physics, I'm fascinated by science.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it, but I whatever I read is like, yeah, yeah, that sounds
Mhm.
true. That sounds true. We
Yeah.
are energy. So the
Mhm.
more responsible and the more loving we are with our own energy and how that will emanate to everybody else,
Yeah.
that's how we make a difference,
Mhm.
right?
Completely agree.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then whatever the path takes us, that's fine. If we have to write a book, if we have to become certified in something, if we have to
Mhm.
whatever it is, it's all okay. But it comes from that place of oneness within ourselves first,
Mhm.
and realizing that you are me and I am you.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
know?
And we're so unique and individual. And I think
Yes.
that was a big thing when I was switching from my masculine to trusting my feminine and trusting what I was getting and what I was being guided towards was that I used to like frameworks. I used to like having a guru or someone who'd be like, yeah, do A, B, and C, and you're going to get this result. And it's going to feel incredible and amazing. But I started branching out and seeing all kinds of different healers, light workers, spiritual people who are just doing incredible things. And I'm like, ooh, I like a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. And it's made my own puzzle. And it's beautiful and unique and mine. And what I
Yes.
love about all of us is that we're not cookie cutter. We're so unique and individual and original. And we can make all of these incredible masterpieces of our own lives by doing
Yes.
what we're guided towards.
I
And
love
that's
it.
like the world needs. The world needs us following our heart's desires. They were given
Yes.
to us.
Yes.
And we have everything we need to get there. Like we don't need to worry about the how and figure it out in our head about it. Be like, this is for me. This is what I'm called to do. I deserve it. I'm going to keep moving forward towards it. It's just beautiful.
Yes, I love it. I love it. It's such a good point that I cannot stress enough to anybody that I come in contact with. The new model is not about having a guru, right? It's about if you see something that inspires you, right? Inspires your spirit, it moves you inside, bring it back to your heart. Learn your own heart. Does it serve you? Just because, like what I was saying before, is that just because some people sage their homes, that doesn't mean that it's going to be good for you or that
Mhm.
you're going to resonate with it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Learn your own way. Just because we're in transition and we feel raw and vulnerable, doesn't mean that we're broken.
Yes.
And that's the key, to know that we are whole at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
We are whole. We're
Yeah.
just going through something. We are realigning something because we were out of alignment. It's all okay, right?
Yes.
So look for things that inspire you, but bring it back to you. Does it serve you? Is this what you know? Because otherwise we're not ourselves. And
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. And I love that because the easy way out, I feel, is like just copy and pasting someone else's stuff. But then there's consequences to that. Like we were talking before the show about how like last year I literally did a copy and paste of what other people were doing with my
Hmm.
health and wellness after experience. And I was losing chunks of hair in the bathroom. And I felt like I have cancer and there's something wrong with me and like it's not working for me. Why is it working for them? And they have like awesome health and vitality for that. And my experience is not that at all. Like it crumbled because I was like, there has to be this pathway to being the most clean, pure, vital, incredible vessel I can be in this world. And I invested in it and I did it and I copy and pasted and it wasn't for my body. And
Right.
then with that shame and working through those things, and it's so important because the more I say that to people, the more they're like I did a lifestyle for 8 years and then I got in the hospital because it wasn't working for me. And then all these interesting changes they've had to do and tweaks and stuff to be like plant based, getting the right amount of protein, and like all these things, like in our bodies, in our emotional world, in our spiritual world, we have to do what feels right to us and
Absolutely.
those changes so that it's in alignment with us and not care about what other people's journeys look like because that's their
Yeah.
unique individual path.
Yeah, and there's so much more. It is so much more powerful when we create from an integrity with ourselves.
Mhm.
Now, that doesn't mean, for example, that you're not going to see maybe a business model that serves you, or a, or a branding expert that, serves you. That's, there's a distinction, because there's no like, there's no absolutes.
Right.
The main thing here, I think the key ingredient, the special sauce, is getting to know who we are. We don't know who we are. If we know who we are, we can go, shopping for things. No, it doesn't matter. I can hire a marketing specialist, or I can say like, oh my gosh, this is working in their business, but I never leave myself.
Yeah.
Right. But if I don't know myself, it's like what you were saying, then it's like, oh my gosh, it's so out of touch. That's not my experience. I'm not being authentic. And people are going to feel that, because it's not in the words that we use, it's in the energy that we emanate.
Yes.
That's the thing. And knowing that is not only enough, that's magic, right? That's our magic. As human, as well, we're not human beings, right? Like, we're these beautiful spirits and souls in these bodies.
Yeah.
But when we tap into that, what we give to each other surpasses any language, any marketing strategy, any click funnels. You know what I mean? So,
So true.
there is a place for all that, of course. I'm not saying, because I don't believe like, go to the mountain and just do ayahuasca. I mean, if it calls you, go for it. You know what I mean? But some of us are here to do work with people. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like,
the balance.
Yeah. Fall in love with yourself. Get to know yourself. We're so scared. I can speak for in my own journey, so scared of actually looking our own power and intimately. That's the best connection we can have, developing that. Everything else is a cherry on top of the shake. We are the shake.
Yeah, and falling in love with yourself unconditionally is so freeing.
Oh yeah.
And blissful and joyful and amazing. And it's just what I feel so called to do in the world, because hurt people, and people who are loving and love themselves, love the people around them, and love the world that we're in, do good things.
Yeah.
And we want to live in a healthy environment, and we want to have incredible things that just like resonates outward.
Yes. It is that simple. This is a simple message, and it has been given before, right? Like, we had such amazing movement leaders. Love begets love, hate begets hate.
Yeah.
And this is how we contribute to the world, by being responsible and loving to ourselves first, and then the rest. I just went to this event this past weekend, and it was such great validation. Not that I should need it, but it was just so sweet to actually be validated. I had a few people saying, I don't remember exactly what you said to me yesterday, but I could just feel it. I had 3 people tell me that, and I was like, yes, this is great. This is exactly what I've been praying for. This is what I've been working on. This is the healing that I've been going through. This is what I want my legacy to be. I want people to say, you know what, that Anna girl, like, I could just feel her heart.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I totally can. I love that. And I love you, and we could talk forever about
yes.
To close it down and share how people can connect with you after the show.
Absolutely. Of course. Of course, I'm on Facebook, but I also have a website, annalauralevin.com.
Awesome.
That's why I love you, because you have my middle name.
I love it.
So just connect with me. Even if you have a question, sometimes people are just coming into these transitions and they have so many questions. I'm more than happy to talk to you for free for a few minutes, and just ask me questions, or shoot me an email or a text. Just reach out. If it's in your heart, follow your heart. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely follow your heart, guys. It's going to lead you to incredible places. I can speak from experience, from everyone's experience who's done it. It leads you to incredible places. So trust it. Love it.
Thank you, Laura, and so much love to you. and what
Thank
you're
you so
doing.
much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And sending you guys all so much love and light. I encourage you guys to check the links after the show so Anna can share that with them afterwards. They can click on it. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. And I'll see you next week on the Love and Light Show on Monday at 1 Atlantic, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Bye.